Hi people, it's Erica here, and today I'm gonna do a review on my small Jodie that I've had for like I think around 3 months now. I know it's really short, but I feel like I can do a pretty accurate review on this bag already because I use it quite often. So here's the bag. I'm gonna take it out from the huge dust bag that I love. This is such a nice bag. Like, I like the dust bag more than the bag almost. Okay, so here's the bag. I usually stuff it up, but I actually refilmed this part of the video. So I just quickly put the bag in so that I could take it out from the dust bag. I usually stuff the bag. Stuff your bags. Stuff your bags. I got it in black. Small Jodie black. At first I actually chose the color fondant, but then I realized maybe that's not a color that I would feel very comfortable with grabbing. Yeah, and so I decided black because black is safe and black is definitely a color that I'm comfortable with grabbing, especially with a bag this size. I think that, yeah, I chose black. And you know, the thing is, while I was choosing the color, it's really difficult because they have so many nice colors. So this is definitely a very difficult choice. Like, when you're at the boutique, you would get so overwhelmed because they line it up like rainbow colors and you're like, oh my god, everything looks so good, when it's like in front of you, it's like candy. Like, you want everything, but you can't have everything, you know. Yeah, like if it were candy, then maybe you can have everything because it's cheap, but not this bag. So you have to make a decision, and it's really hard when there's so many options that are so pretty in front of you. And black will look the most underwhelming out of every single bag color. Trust me, it really will. Like, when you're at the store, you won't really focus on the black one because it just looks so underwhelming, like next to all those other bags. So yeah, it was a tough choice, but I made it. Anyways, before I start this review, I will be biased because I absolutely love this bag. I have loved it since I laid my eyes on it online, and ever since I wanted this bag until now. After I have it, I still love it so much. It's my favorite bag in the collection, in my collection of bags. I don't have a big one, but it's my favorite bag, and it's a bag that I would buy again, like over and over and over again. Very little bags out there make me feel this way. I don't know why. I don't know why I love this bag so much. But anyways, let's start with the pros of this bag. So the pros of this bag is, obviously, it's a very cute bag. Well, that's subjective, obviously. I think it's a very cute bag. I think it's super unique. I love this knot. This knot is everything. I love the leather. Look at the leather. Just look at it. It's so shiny. It's like buttery. It's like smooth. Like, through the camera, you would think that this bag feels like dolphin skin. And you know what? It's very close to it. It's beautiful. So if you were to compare the type of shine that this bag gives versus the Celine Teen Triumph, it's a very different type of shine, as you can see. This one is a shiny cow skin, while for this one, it's cow skin, but somehow it has so much glisten to it. Like, it has so much room for glistening. Like, look at it. I don't know how and why, but that's crazy. It's beautiful. Like, the leather is beautiful. Like, oh, you know how this is like a reenactment of the old Bottega hobo bag from like over a decade ago? I feel like what made this bag that much more elite than that bag, I think personally that this bag is a lot more elite than that old hobo bag, is the fact that they enlarged the stripes. Like, the strips, the leather strips are now enlarged. Last time the leather strips were like smaller strips. Now they like made it wider, and so the weaving patterns are wider and it looks a lot more generous, you know, and it elevates the look a lot more. With the small weaving, it made it a bit, I don't know. I just prefer this. Yeah. So I love this bag. More pros. What are the pros? Okay. Most people don't have this bag. Like, this is a bag that lesser people carry, I guess. I don't know. From where I stay, at least. From where I stay. Another pro is that there's so many colors to choose from. So you could really personalize with it, you know. If you like the color green, there's green. If you like the color pink, there's pink. But yeah, that's great. There's a lot of colors, but at the same time, if you're an indecisive human being like me, it's also like really tough to like settle for one color. But yeah, I did. So yeah, that's all the pros for this bag. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to the cons of this bag. The first con that I would say is that even though it looks like it fits a lot, it actually doesn't. Like, it looks like it could fit a lot more than it really can. And the reasoning is because while you carry this bag, you want to obtain this shape, this slouch, this dip, right? And so if you want to obtain this dip, you have to fit things only until a certain amount so that you could still remain a dip. Like, for example, let me just stuff my Bottega dust bag. Okay, just take note that this dust bag is, you know, quite small. So imagine this is your jacket, like a really light cardigan, right? This is a good example of a light cardigan. So I'm just stuffing it in there, not folding it nicely in any sort of way, by the way, so that it's more realistic. Just stuffing it in, right? So after I've stuffed that, you can see that when I turn this bag around, it's bulky, right? It's bulky. So when you wear it over here, it becomes really bulky over your, like, at your underarm, and that's not a nice feel, and it's not exactly a nice look for this bag either. Okay, now I move on to put in my card holder. By the way, I love this card holder. It's from Secret. I feel like everyone should just buy from Secret, because I don't know why people spend money on luxury branded card holders. They're so like impractical, expensive, and not even chic. Like, look at this. This is like slick. Look at it. It can hold 7 cards, by the way, and you push the cards out like this. That's so satisfying. Okay, and then you can open this up and you could fit 2 more cards in here. This is my boyfriend's one. Mine is here. Okay. And then there's like this part where you could flip down and you could put money inside, so that's cool. Not sponsored by the way. I just love it so much, and I like talking about what I love. Anyways, so I fit the card holder in here, a pack of tissue, AirPods. Let's just say I have this to carry, okay? Not everyone needs to carry their headset around, but okay. Now the bag looks like this, unzipped. I'm gonna try to zip it now. Okay, after I zipped it, you see that there is still this dip, but the dip is definitely not as effortless anymore. It looks bulky now, which I think this is the bag, like this is the style that this bag should be like wearing, like the effortless style. Anyways, so now it looks like this. Look at how bulky this part is under my arm. I don't know, if you're okay with it, great, but I feel like I don't really love that look. I think that it's not what this bag is supposed to look like, and just look at it. Like, by the way, you're supposed to wear the bag like this. Like, you're supposed to like holding the knot and like wear it like this, a bit angled like this. That's the way you're supposed to wear this bag, by the way. Okay, but look at it now. Like this is bulky now, it's bulgy. I'm gonna take out the headset just to show you, because I know some of you would think, oh well, I wouldn't carry that in my bag. So I guess now it's slouchier, but it's still really bulky here, but it's, I guess, better. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, if you were to put in, I don't know, a small cardigan jacket, which I feel like a lot of ladies need. I need it. I'm always cold. I always should bring my jacket, actually, but I don't, because I don't want to look like this, by the way. That's so So that's the con, is that when I want to bring a jacket, I can't when I'm using this bag. Yeah, but again, none of my bags fit jackets, so except the Never Full, which I'm planning to sell on the midst of selling. Okay, but let's put away that dust bag, right? It's a really thin one, by the way, so the fact that such a small thing, once it's fit in here, it already changes that much about the bag. That's a huge con. Anyways, I'm gonna put in the AirPods, another card holder, another pack of tissue. I don't even know what I could put in there, honestly. Okay, so when the bag is holding that much, you see how it's thinner now? Yeah, but anyways, so you do have to be careful with how you put stuff in this bag, even the direction of it. For example, right now, my AirPods, like the headset, is like laid like flat like this, so it's causing the bag to shape in a certain way just now. But yeah, just that's a con, because you always have to try to shape this bag to look effortless. So that's a lot of effort for trying to look effortless, isn't it? It's kind of contradicting, but yeah. So that's one of the cons. Another con is that this bag is not easy to get in and out of. So I'm gonna close the zip right now, wear it over my shoulder. Imagine I'm trying to pay for something. Do you see how difficult it is just to zip it up like all the way? I mean, you don't have to zip all the way. Let's just say you're trying to zip just half through and get through, and you're like trying to search for that thing. Ah, I got my card holder, blah, 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 let me pay. Just not easy. Usually how I deal with this bag is I actually have to take it off my shoulder, hold on to the knot, and then unzip. So that's a lot of effort to get in and out of this bag. And then I would kind of have to flip this part open, because usually it would be like this, right? It would be arched like this, right? So it means the flap is in. So I'd have to open up the flap to get stuff. And for me, I usually do the open up the flap step because I'm wearing bracelets, and usually I would be terrified that this would like kind of catch onto the leather and then just kind of rip it or damage it in any sort of way. So I would open it to create a bigger hole for me to put my hand in. So yeah, that's a con of this bag. Another con is that while you're wearing this bag, even if you're very careful like me, the leather at certain parts will roll up. For example, for me, when I'm wearing this bag, this part always brushes against me, and so it has caused the leather, look at it, it's kind of hard to show right now. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, can you see how it's rolled here? Yep, it like rolls up. It's not a big deal, you know, like no one can notice that except you if you were trying to look at it. So it's not a big deal, but that's just one thing to keep in mind with this bag. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, another con about this bag is that not every bag is the same. Sometimes you won't really, because it's all handmade, so every knot looks different. So sometimes you'll receive a piece where you're not super happy about the knot, or you're not super happy with the weaving. I have received pieces where the leather was completely different, like it was a thicker and rougher leather that was much more grained, and the bag became rigid instead of slouchy, and it was even heavier. So that was like a bad experience, but luckily I didn't stick with that bag and I went back to change it. And it, yeah. So yeah, that's something that you have to watch out for, is that some pieces you receive will not be the proper standard. I would say that's not the proper standard, but what the sales assistant would tell you is that every piece is unique. I would say that's just not up to standard. But so that's another thing you have to take note of before purchasing this bag. By the way, the zip is not very good. You know, it's really, it's a workout, I would say. It's like, it doesn't zip like zoop, zoop. It's like like it takes effort. Like it's heavy. It's heavy. You need to use strength to pull it. It's not smooth. So those are the cons. I know it seems like I listed a bunch of cons to not get this bag, but I think that if you're someone who just really like the style and you don't care about going through all that and trying to reshape your bag with this and that, like get the bag. Like I want this bag in all the colors that you could possibly think of. So I don't care about the cons, but I'm just telling you about them, but I do not care about them. I love this bag. Yeah. Another thing is if you live in a colder country, so you're wearing more bulky clothes. Me, I live in a summery place. It's never cold here. So I don't wear bulky stuff, okay? So this is fine, but I can totally imagine that if I were wearing like a bulky jacket, I would have trouble keeping this up on my shoulder. Like, especially if I'm carrying quite a lot and here becomes really bulky, it's easy for this to slide off, definitely. I think it also depends on the shape of your shoulder. Like, whenever you see like reviews online, some people say that it doesn't fall off their shoulder. Some people, they're like, oh my god, it's constantly falling off. It's because everyone has different shoulders, so it's like not even about the bag at this point. Yeah, because we're all just different hangers and you can't expect every hanger to work the same way. So yeah, that's what I have to say about this bag. I love this bag so much. I wish I had more money. I would go crazy in the store. Yeah. Love, 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 love this bag. This is my favorite bag in my bag collection, and I don't even have a lot of bags, but this is my favorite bag. Rarely has a bag ever made me feel this way, because it's just an amazing bag. Don't even know why I like it so much. I really don't. Like, I really don't, but I really do love it. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I filmed this for the third time now, but I'm happy with this video, so that's great. That's a milestone. Okay, now it's my favorite part. I'm gonna go edit this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I do see you guys. Bye. See, I stuffed back my bag after the video, and now I'm gonna put it away into the dust bag. Always remember to keep your bags properly. Just like how you would tuck a kid into bed. Well, that was a lot of air particles.